here's my new routine then. I'm looking at doing 4 focuses. I'm focusing on a bench 531, ideally trying to get to double body weight, which is around 150 kilos for a single, with a pause on the chest. So far, I've gotten to a calculated 130, which I think I could, which I can hit pretty easily, I think. And I'm trying to hit that probably, I'm hoping by 2020, like by 2021 I mean. Pull-up volume, my old personal best was 28 reps on a pull-up. I'm trying to make that 30. Squat volume, I'm not wanting to hit like super heavy on squat at the moment, so I'm just trying to like get some crazy, volume in there. So one of my challenges I'm trying to do is a 5-minute record, your own body weight on the squat bar, and then as many reps as you can in 5 minutes. My old record was 44, but even just a few weeks ago, I did a single set of 30, so it's 30 reps, it's 77.5 kilos, and the last time I did this was like 5 or 6 years ago, so I think I'm going to totally smash that. The YouTube video, if you're interested in seeing it, actually, it's got like a bodybuilder, a powerlifter, a weightlifter, and a fucking strongman or some shit like that. The most they were getting was in the 80s, so that's kind of, I'm kind of putting that as the ceiling or whatever. It'd be nice to hit that kind of number there. So that was bench, double body weight, pull-ups trying to hit 30, this crazy 5-minute squat volume, and then deadlift. So I've actually swapped over to sumo deadlift just because my regular deadlift's fucking shit, and I feel like I was getting this like lower back problem when I was rowing actually, and that I believe ended up becoming, or because, sorry, it was my hamstring on my right side was super tight, and I didn't really notice that at the time, and I think that was yanking on my back. That's pretty much fixed now, but my deadlift is still just fucking shit, I know nobody cares about how heavy your deadlift is, but I feel like it's a symptom of something else that's not right and needs addressing. So basically, I've swapped over to sumo. I'm thinking about making some YouTube progression videos, but basically, when I swapped over to it in November, it was absolutely hilarious. I first started off with 3 sets of 10 at 70 kilos, and let me tell you, I was fucking agony for like 6 days afterwards. And I did that for not every week, but every chance I could, that when I wasn't sore. So the first time was 6 days later, then it was about 4 days later, then 3, then eventually 2, then 1, and then now in January I've managed to hit 3 lots of 15 with 100 kilos and be completely fine the next day. And I'm actually just going to keep kind of racking that up, maybe bring to like say 120, 130 for however many reps, and then at the end of February I'm going to test it and then 531 it. And then my goal then ultimately in 2020 is to hit a 200 kilo deadlift, which I've never done before, and then maybe triple body weight, which would be just what is that? It's like three times 75. That'll be roughly 3 times 75. Just in the calculator, like 225 to maybe 235, depending on like what my exact body weight is at the time. So that's the 4 things I'm focusing on, and then over here, this is like the things that I wanted to include to achieve that. Then, so bench are these 4 things, the 531, which is over on this page, right here. Like I kind of basically loads of deload then, so like a deload there, a deload here, and then I want to just include like, a little bit of incline as a variation. The pull-ups then, a bit more complicated, so it's like 6x6 plus 1, and it's a plus 1 every single week, or like every single session I do that particular one, so that's me up to 6x6 plus a set of 13, so that's pretty good. Loaded, the ergonomic handles, and then lat pull. These are on different sessions, you see. Deadlift, same kind of thing as the bench, including kettlebell swings instead of like the inclined bench. Squatting, so all these kind of numbers, so I'm getting crazy high reps there. Look at that volume there, and then I'm also throwing in just like a wee deload session there as well. Obviously try to pump up those calves, what that's all about, and then just some other kind of other stuff in here, just little bits and bobs, but that's like the main bulk of it. So what the actual routine is up here then. So it's across 8 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way across 8, which takes me about 2 calendar weeks to complete. And you'll notice this row here, hard, medium, easy, hard, medium, easy. That is based on these percentages right here then. I've kind of just made that up myself. I've kind of just looked at that and done the routine the day, and then I've just decided that it's a medium or an easy or whatever. And it's basically two separate sessions then. I'm either benching and squatting plus a little bit of accessory, or deadlifting and pull-upping with a little bit of accessory, and that's basically like that the whole way along. The only day that's not like that would be this day where I'm kettlebell swinging instead of deadlifting, and this day where I'm incline benching instead of regular benching. And there are other days where I'll come in and I'm maybe just not going to do something for a particular reason, and I'll maybe just like polish the arms or whatever, you know, maybe a little bit of just core, or you know, something along those lines, you know. Of course I'm still cycling to work, but on the e-bike I'm getting a little bit of cardio that way. Plus, I mean, look at the volume on some of these squats, so the cardiovascular is there, you know. And that's basically it then. So every day I'm either benching and squatting or deadlifting and pull-upping, and it's going really well. All these numbers are really pumping up. Physique's coming along. You know, I'm hitting these kind of like focus still as well. A lot of grip stuff, a lot of core stuff, and I'm changing the accessories as the sessions go on, just so I can, you know, stay on top of it. And there's the key there, you can see. So you can see it's very dominant, you know, red and yellow, and then in blue, with a little bit of green in there as well. So everything's represented there, and I'm going to run this probably for an entire year, you know, give or take. By the time it gets to the end of the year, it'll have morphed completely, but that's the kind of the outline of it will be for a year. That's all the goals and stuff. Cool, yeah.